I'm Annette Cook. I want to talk a little bit today about serving on the Stewardship ministry at Ascension. We're filming here today in my garden because I think that this garden has a lot to say about stewardship. It's very relative, to tell you the truth. I've been serving on the Stewardship ministry since I came to Ascension 6 years ago. So my husband and I were asked to serve by Joe and Kathy White and mentored by them very well, and also by Mal Underwood. So I had some very good mentors to help me along the way. And I served as chairperson for 2 years. Not this year. We have other capable leadership this year. But I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the message of stewardship and how this works for us. So this garden started out with a few buckets and some seeds. And you know, you can go and you can buy a few packs of little seeds and you can put them down in the ground. And as the weather becomes warmer and warmer and hotter, you feel like you want to get out here and mess around with this a little less and less. But you know, it won't grow unless we tend to it. It's not going to grow. It's going to wither and it's going to die. But this little garden has had some attention, not 2 hours every day, but some attention. And it is still producing. We have these large, beautiful green peppers that can be fed for many, many people, just the seeds from it. And that's how I like to think about stewardship. I like to think about how we need to give, we need to tend to our church garden, we need to tend to our lives as Christians. We need to give, and we need to give wholeheartedly. Not everything we have, but we need to give because we've been given too. So these seeds don't just drop down out of the sky. They come to us. God provides us with these seeds. He gives us the ability to grow them. He gives us the energy to tend to them. He gives us everything we need in order to produce a garden in life that will glorify Him. So we can start out little and we can give a little. But if we don't give consistently, often, and well, then this garden, as our church, is not going to grow. It will stay just the same, and it might even wither. So what we want to do is we want to give because we have been given to. And these are the basic principles of stewardship. With a little attention, they can give us so much more back, so much more than we ever could have imagined. And so this is the message of stewardship. These are the things that we want to think about. How God owns everything we have. And we need to give that back. We need to give our talent. I'm not a master gardener by any stretch of the imagination. But I could put out some seeds. Charles made a plan. We followed the plan. And this is what stewardship does. This is how our ministry works. The ministry is charged with producing a period of time that we're allotted to talk to you and everyone else that we know about how we give our time, our talent, and our money to help produce everything that we can do through all of our ministries. So if you'd like to serve on stewardship, I encourage you to do so, because I can tell you, you're going to get a lot more out of it than you get into it.
I'm Gabe Agan. My wife Lindy and I have been members at Church of the Ascension for almost 10 years now. Just for a little story of one thing that meant a lot to us here at this church. You know, when our youngest daughter was born, the day before Thanksgiving in 2017, she came into this world at a mighty 2 pounds, 12 ounces, but faced several challenges that we had to work through. So we had a very grueling 158-day stay at the hospital before bringing her home for the first time. And during that hard time in our lives, everyone here at Ascension was really there for us. You know, we were covered up in prayer. We had meals constantly, and just anything that we needed. So we really appreciated, you know, that great love in such a hard time in our lives. Involvement with the finance ministry has changed my view on money. I have to admit, I've always been a big worrier, but I've tried to evolve my money mindset more towards one of abundance instead of scarcity. I don't see that as being reckless or fiscally responsible in any way whatsoever, but just simply that you see money as a tool to help you achieve the goals that God has for you, and not as a God itself. I know a big part of our stewardship season this year has focused on the 6 Holy Currencies, and through the finance ministry, we're really kind of a behind-the-scenes ministry, but we work, you know, through oversight, through financial planning, to basically support all the ministries. Just to give you some insight of one of the biggest things we do each year is around November, right after the stewardship campaign, is we form the budget task force, and we always begin by asking each ministry chair for their needs, and we start us at a start point what we need, and we have to, of course, balance that with what we get. So the more generous we are this year, the more our ministries are going to be able to thrive. So that's obviously a very big part of what we do each year on the budget task force. And as we close out, I would just like to say thank you for all the generous support and giving that you've provided in the past. And just to remind everybody, even though we're not seeing each other in person these days, the mission of the church continues, and we need your support, you know, now as much as ever. And just we certainly look forward to seeing everybody. We miss everybody and look forward to seeing everybody in person hopefully soon. Thank you.